You're watching EDS TV. Years ago, I used to think that professional drivers were better trained and you could trust them to behave better than the average driver. Unfortunately, it seems like that is no longer the case. They're just as likely to be a bad driver as anyone else. "60 miles per hour on a back road and pulls a suicide pass while holding their phone. I wonder why the drives are never boring." What the heck was that Civic even looking at? I can't imagine someone going through life being that oblivious to their surroundings. Thankfully, though, the camera was okay.
Shit. Turn your lights on, bud. Turn your lights on! What? Your lights are not on!
You just pulled out in front of me, I had to... No, dude.
That's great, your lights aren't on.
My lights are too on.
No, they weren't. Can you look at them?
Hey, buddy, if you pull off, I got your plate. I'm gonna report it to the department, and then you're gonna get sued.
He came to a stop and then accelerated into the median because he couldn't see it. At that point, I genuinely thought he was drunk. At first, I thought the cop was thinking, it isn't worth his or her time. They probably just took a while to get to turn around to chase the idiot. I'm glad that karma was served in the end.
Like, I'll get out of this. I'll get out of this. And my son, you're dead to me.
In the final scene with you and Pete, this being his quote-unquote final episode, you always talked about your love for playing basketball, and that's something that you and Pete did a lot in the series. Was it kind of bittersweet to have this...
No situational awareness and only concern about themselves. How have these people not accidentally wandered into strong currents or onto a busy freeway by now?
Who's gonna, the thing that scares me, and I said this on Joe's show last night, as awful as Mitch Trubisky can be, and as awful as he's shown us that he is, he'll sling the football. He will take shots downfield, and that kind of plays into the irresponsibility card about him. So, if for some reason, the Steelers first are obviously way better than the Patriots, and for some reason,
the SUV tries a punishment pass of the pickup for road rage reasons. Then, the top-heavy nature of the SUV and poor thinking revealed themselves. The driver of the SUV is left to ponder what might have happened. The pickup driver thinks they won.
Fire! Get in, get in, get in, get in.
It looks to me like there are many problems going on inside of that vehicle. I think the camera got lucky. Everyone is okay, but the driver has to go to the hospital. It was an elderly woman in her 80s trying to back out of a parking spot. She got scared and pressed on the throttle and drove across the street over 2. When it's a solid green in both directions, the right-turning driver has the right-of-way. I'm glad that the karma cop was there to dish up some swift justice.
Tubes in the bow. The Granite missiles have a range of 340 miles and are capable of supersonic flight at an altitude.
This driver runs a red 8 seconds late. It came out to well over $20,000 in damages. The red light runner had the audacity to claim that this was the camera's fault. A close call for sure. I'm glad that the camera was okay. The lyrics just before the car appears were, "I want to see me staring right back at me," are scarily poetic.
Wow.
Hopefully he ruined his suspension bottoming out on that curb. If I had to guess, they were probably on their phone and didn't realize that they were rolling. Ah, the good old cut-through. The thing I always advise against going through. Personally, I feel like everyone is at fault here and is to blame. Did the driver manage to import an Australian model Toyota Camry? It looks like the Ultima was the person that hit the Camry and fled the scene. After the truck was totaled, the driver fled the scene on foot and was nowhere to be found. The tanker truck passes in the left lane just before the left lane drops due to a construction closure and nearly sideswipes the car ahead of the camera as it moves back to the right lane. Unfortunately, the driver up ahead was a victim of a hit and run. The truck driver decides to flee the scene through the bushes and use of the sidewalk. Have you noticed more and more hit and runs lately? Thank you for watching. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing because it really helps me. If you'd like me to feature one of your clips, please email it to originalddsTV2@gmail.com.